I might have casted one on. I'm not too sure.
I think I casted one.
We casted together actually, and they were like stuck in the train line part for about 6 minutes. Yep.
So we've seen it once. We've casted it once. We're going to cast it again for you guys. Me and Naked going straight into this one. Just waiting for the players to choose the right teams. We'll get this lobby underway very, very shortly for you guys. As we go, Frost Uplink, I mean, any general expectations for this map with these two teams?
It's usually, I think, a lower scoring map for most teams, but I feel like, you know, these teams are high slaying power. If someone starts to get an advantage, there's going to be relays. I feel like, especially with Empyre, if they start to build up a few kills and they start to get pumped up, they're the team that's going to put on a lot of points very quickly. Well,
that's the thing, being an emotional team, they shout and scream a lot here. They already have this weekend. Wouldn't be surprised to see them do the same in the Respawn game modes. They like doing it in the Respawn game modes. You know, you can consistently put on that emotional performance, that display of, I don't know even what you call it, but just raw emotions, screaming, shouting, getting in your opponent's face, and that can really hype up your teammates, bring that momentum forward. So here we go. You can see Validate on screen after winning that map. They're pretty happy with themselves. Beeston having a stern talk with his teammates. This is some of the things that one of the things that I'm quite interested about with this team. You know, I remember, if I remember correctly, Dean was usually the leader on that Chiefs lineup. He was the one consistent player throughout the whole duration of Chiefs being in Call of Duty over the last 18 months to be on that lineup. But pretty much every time I see Beeston on a team, on a main stage, he's always the one talking, calling the strats, making the plays happen. And that's so influential to have a young gun be your leader.
I'm not sure who is like, you know, the team captain in that team, because, you know, it feels like there's probably 4 players with that equal pool, especially in the ego department. They're all, you know, there would be a lot of butting heads, and for them to work would be, you know, really good. You usually have, you know, the one person who kind of leads, and everyone, you know,
I reckon
they can dispute it or not.
If you look at the rig draft right now, in terms of ego, that's the ego scale. So it goes Scrism, Beeston, Fate, and then Dean.
Usually active camo is the biggest ego.
Yeah.
Usually active camo.
It usually is, but I reckon Scrism's got the biggest ego on that team.
Yeah, I could probably go with that.
Yeah, Scrism, biggest ego, Beeston second biggest, Fate third, and then Dean fourth. Dean's a very grounded guy. He doesn't express a lot of...
For that roster, for sure, yeah, definitely.
A lot of emotion sometimes. He's a bit quiet. He doesn't necessarily want to talk about how he's feeling, but...
I don't think I've got much more than like 4 or 5 sentences out of him in like 4 or 5 years that I've seen him play and whatnot. So.
Well, yeah, some people are like that. Some people don't like chatting. Even Ben's got more sentences out of him than you have then.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, just then before.
Yep.
It's very quiet. You know, it's very, you know, he doesn't want to say too much.
Doesn't want to give the strats away, man.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to, you know, up-talk himself. He wants to, you know, get the job done.
Well, exactly. He's a very business-orientated player. You know, he comes to play, but it's not playing. It's business, man. It's their day job.
Business.
Professional player.
B-I-S-N-I-S.
Business.
Business.
I reckon that people in North America just get really triggered over the way that we use S's instead of Z's in a lot of words. Like organization. The amount of times, right, so Miles was talking about it yesterday. I have an organization. In our bio, we say organization with an S. The amount of times I get DMs like, do you know how to spell? I'm sorry. I'm from a country that we write in proper English, not American English. It's a different thing, all right? God damn.
Just use business.
Business.
That's it. It's easier.
Go the gangster
like 6 letters.
Yeah.
It fits in. You got more Twitter bio as well.
eSport business.
Business.
Yeah, dude. Why isn't that in the Mindfreak bio then?
I don't run it. It's not my job.
Riggs?
It's my most famous line every time someone asks it. It's not my job.
Is anything your job at Mindfreak?
I order the jerseys in different colours. It's pretty inventive.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot of effort to say, hey, guys, can you do the blue parts white this time? There we go.
It took me a while, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we announced the team and I got the jerseys done like about a week before this, so it took me a while to get it done.
Fair enough, man. It can be hard to talk to jersey companies. Sometimes
and the rest of it's not my job.
Yeah. Well, you guys get your jerseys from America, so surely the time difference makes a big impact as well on communicating with them. But anyway, let's head into it. Empyre, they are looking to take the second Respawn game. Gydra already with his hands on the drone. It's going to be shut down in mid, as well as 2 of his teammates, leaving Maka last alive for Validate, allowing Dean now to get that drone out and work his way towards the Validate base. He's going to get tagged down from behind by Maka, so a good follow. Up kill from him. There we go, Maka now. He can force his way into the middle of the map. he just got jumped over by Scrism, but still managed to die there. Scrism with 2 kills actually, already getting loud on the main stage. Gydra continuing on with the smackdown. There we have it, but Scrism's going to be able to clean up that kill. Fate now can run that drone any which way he pleases. He's going to opt to go through the sub base, allow his teammates to be the lead blockers here. Scrism, though, on a flank, he's gone straight through blue here. Maybe getting his way through ice, making a kill happen, potentially forcing the way for Fate to get a 1-point play off. Not going to happen there, but there's still a 4 down. Scrism and Beeston, they combine for 2, and Scrism, he's going to get 2 points, and Empyre starting it off hot.
Yeah, Empyre starting off really well. Scrism 6 and 1 to start off, and Beeston, you know, he's just following in the Slay department there on a 3 streak. Scrism's on a 5 streaks, you know. This could get very ugly quickly if these kill streaks do not get stopped by Validate.
Well, Empyre, they are in the lead. Let's see if they continue that while we go over to a listen-in with Empyre.
Watch both weak.
I'm grabbing you right.
Pogo's weak.
Dozer.
Dozer, keep it up.
Hey, blue and short. They're going right.
I'm mid glider. Go back. It's mid glider. He went ring. One way ring.
Go. I'm playing short.
He's not.
I'm playing back ring.
They're rotating back.
Middle door. Hey, back. Back. Tag. He's pushing. Nice.
Pushing. Watch short.
Okay, short.
Watch your flash short.
Ah, fuck. I got you. You've heard of one. One up portal. Dead.
Another one.
Sure, come on.
Nice, good job.
Hey, go right.
Everyone play ball. Mid. Wait, Gydra weak. I'm going right.
Watch your burger chip.
I'm throwing it short. Let's just stay here. Yeah. I'm playing blue flat. Hey, one blue. Blue dead.
One's Dozer.
Hey, one blue tank.
Yeah,
One blue. Last one blue. One more blue. Hey, blue. Gydra blue. Just playing blue.
A little bit frantic there from the Empyre players. Fate trying his hardest to get that drone up. In the meantime, Validate have been able to get a 1-point play. Off, but it hasn't been enough to even the scoreline or even get back into the game. So Empyre have been doing all right here, holding on with the skin of their teeth. But as you said, you know, it's a very low scoring map usually, this Frost uplink, and it's proven to be so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the comms were frantic, but at the same time, you know, they were very still clean about what they were saying. I am surprised, you know, I expected the Empyre squad to be much better in the lane department, I guess, at least in this map, and, you know, to sort of make a bit of a difference. But Validate are impressing me right now. They're picking it up. I mean, even Mac is 3 and, was that 3 and 8, and he's, you know, the team's still right in it still. Yeah,
Gydra and Perko, they're stepping up for Validate. Gydra with 11 kills, Perko with 8. Meanwhile, he's got 11 on Scrism, 10 on Beeston. That's sort of what you expect from Scrism. He's a very good slayer, always has been. Dean dropping off a little bit, 4 and 8, similar to Macca on the other side of things. But, you know, that big 2-piece by Beeston during the listen-in, or just before the listen-in, that allowed them that 2-point play has really been the catalyst of the side. Beeston getting another 2-piece, shutting down Validate as they slowly move this drone up. They've had the majority of the drone control here, Empyre, but it hasn't been enough to force their way into the Validate base.
Yeah, it's just not been enough yet, and I feel like, you know, they still got a good chance at this. A very good beat down there from Fate. Ball does go straight into Validate's hands, and, you know, they don't want any out of that. Yep, let's throw arrow for the reset, and I feel like, you know, there was 3 down there. They probably could have made something of that. The other players on the opposite side of the map good chance for them to have made a bit of a push, but they do throw the drone straight back to the other team, and there's a 3 down.
Scrism has got the FTL available. FTL jumps, what's the player on sub? Not going to be able to find that kill, but Fate, he's going to go straight for it anyway. Perko, he did get a 2-piece. Fate just playing with them, toying with them as he goes out on this outer wall run. Might get shut down from behind. The throw, and it's good there. The jump. Don't know who that was. I think it might have been Maka there, screwing up the jump a little bit. And that is going to lead them up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Well, that's a great play as well, because Fate was all on his lonesome. You know, that play was, you know, I could have just reset the drone and played, but, you know, he's like, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
Hits a really high one as well. So, you know, it was pretty hard to catch that jump and get the timing right. You know, that's a really good lead to, you know, keep them at least one possession in it, no matter what.
Look, honestly, I don't really understand how these players ever get interceptions. I can't time my jumps at all in this game. But then again, that's the reason why I'm a caster. So here we go. Empyre, they're going to get 3 downed on as Validate continue to push through. But not enough time in the half is going to lead to a 3-1 scoreline here. Empyre, you know, they've been the stronger of the 2 teams, but it hasn't been a blowout like you might have expected after their performance in that halfway.
No, it really hasn't. You know, they had one 2-point play, which, you know, they actually missed the one, I'm fairly sure. The guy missed the one, and then they ended up slaying out, you know, getting that 2-point play. So it hasn't been a very convincing 3-1 lead, at least. And, you know, Validate can really put it to them. And I think, you know, this game's going to be broken open by specialists. So your active camo and your overdrive play, and even your FTL, but most of the active camo and overdrive player are going to be the ones that are going to break this game open, and they need to be getting actually hitting those payloads. If they're not going to hit them, you're in a bit of trouble.
Well, Dean, he needs to step up a little bit here. Drops off for the first kill of the half, or sorry, second kill of the half at least. Fate, last alive for his Empyre squad, needs his teammates to respawn. He Validate, once again, not acting on that 3 down, which is a little bit disappointing. Mackie is going to be running around with this drone in hand, going for the wall run. See if they can't make something happen out of this. Validate. Perko has picked up his FTL jump as well. Maka, he's just going to go straight through. Oh, ballsy play, is going to score a 2-pointer, and that is going to give Validate back into it 3 apiece right now.
Just want to take a look. Who's the active camo player for Validate right now? I'm not sure. If
Validate active camo player, I'm assuming is Gydra. Yeah, there we go.
And he's so close to getting it. You know, that's really going to break out of the game. Dean is probably not going to get it at this rate. There's only 4 minutes left. He's not even halfway there yet. No. And he's not really playing that great. The guy just got 10 more kills in him. You know, that's probably where the game is going to be broken open, and we'll probably see that come into effect about 2-3 minutes.
Well, let's see if Gydra can't get that active camo soon. Let's listen in to the communication for this Validate lineup with a listen-in.
We're gonna take this right. They have a ship there.
Hey, Joe's attack.
Throw it right.
Dozer.
Watch my back.
Oh, he's gonna flank you.
Fate's 1 shot in blue. Throw it out, maybe.
Fade.
Hey, 2 flank. Last, one more. Nice. One more.
Let's go behind.
I'm challenging. Dead.
Play safe
Alright,
one.
take them up. Fate's up now.
They're gonna be up now.
Go in blue.
He's in blue.
He's tagged good. One ice.
I'm sliding out back.
Drive one
I'll
shot.
get ice.
He pre-fired me. He's close now.
Right.
They're spawning their back base.
Yeah, one's gone down ice.
Playing space off spawn.
We just need to try and get some.
One top
We
space.
need left control. I'm gonna Scarabin.
One top space. Jack.
One flanking mid, one
Scarabin.
Two boxes.
Yeah, I'm banning. I need help.
Need our boxes.
Got one shot.
I got one more.
Fly out. Chow.
Weak
One shot.
Weak on the boxes. And top ship.
No, switch it, Perko.
One more tag.
Stay down. Legit.
He went short. He got short. Nice.
He fucked it.
One top ship.
One top ship.
It's fallen off.
Push up close.
I got him.
Nice.
Let's chill out.
Play middle.
No, there's 2 there. Don't.
I'm pre-pushing
Hey,
right.
watch your hatch. Yo, listen, watch your hatch.
I'm pre-pushing right.
Throw it.
Pushing my one. You get shot.
Dozer. He pushed
One.
cut.
One more. Dozer. Pushing me cut right now.
Hey, screw them tagged. East Dozer. And there's one right cut. Dozer and right cut.
Yeah, they're gonna be pushing.
Yeah, Jack, K-bar.
They could be pushing red here. Play deep, red off spawn.
He's going middle. Jack's just going straight to the middle.
All four.
They're all smashing short. I'm trying to play.
Some very clear communication coming out of Validate there. They've done very well. Dean missing the throw. Gydra, though, he's picked up that active camo now. Maka going to be able to recover that drone. But, I mean, I was listening into the Validate communications. They were calling out exactly when Fate spawned back up and everything. But here comes the active camo. Gydra, he should sneak in for a 2-point
And the funniest part, he was the only player left alive on his team, too. So that's the ultimate, you know, pain. We saw...
That's the power of the camo, man.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Fate burn his overdrive, and at this moment, you know, active camo, if Dean does get it, it's going to probably be in the last few seconds unless he picks up 3 or 4 kills quickly, you know, gets there really quickly.
Beaston needs to pick up his game and get that reactive armor as well for a potential play, shutting down the opponents in the enemy base, and then going from there. Maka has picked up his overdrive too, so that is still available for Validate. They've got all the tools they need. I don't see a world in which Empyre have an advantage right now. They're down in score, they're down in payloads. But here we go, Scrism, he does have that drone. It's pushing up quite menacingly. He's going to take this upper wall run, and this should be at least a 1-point play. He's just going to go straight through for the 2. What are you doing, Validate? Maka are alive there, not able to do anything, nor Gydra finally getting those 2 kills. But it's a little bit too late, my man. It's already 5-5, and I mean, you've used your active camo. All you've got left is going to be that overdrive on Maka at this point. Flares not really looking strong enough to get that reactive armor just as of yet. Fate as well, nowhere near his payload, but here we go. A 1-point play from Beeston is going to make Empyre have the lead. He's about to get that reactive armor. That could be so influential in the later stages of this game. Dean, though, he's stepping up his game. As soon as we called him out, he started playing a lot better, but we are down to the last 30 seconds. Another 2-point play for Beeston. He gets his reactive armor and a kill, and he's fully streaked out. This looks like it's about it here, Naked. This could be the second map going in favor of Empyre here, a 7 score streak as well. I mean, I'm just lost for words right now. Empyre just turned up the heat in the last 30 seconds.
They saved it up for like the last final minute of the game, and I mean, we said, you know, if they decided to get on fire, they would start to put points down. They're killing their own teammates, they don't care anymore. Dean doesn't get that active camo, but you felt like even if they didn't break away there and they went to overtime, Dean was that close to getting an active camo. It kind of paid off that he wasn't going to get it.
Well, Empyre, very strong showing from them. 8-5 is going to give them the victory here in the uplink map number 3. I'm just...
I can't believe Validate lost that. I'm thinking we're going to game 5.
They choked. It's as simple as that, man. They had all the tools necessary. They used the active camo, got in the lead. They had the overdrive as well. Almost a reactive armor too. Meanwhile, the only thing that was available on the Empyre side was reactive armor, which more often than not players use for kills. They don't often use it for the drone.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's a worrying sign for me too, though. If you feel like Empyre should comfortably take that respawn game type, you know, go into this hard point, they should comfortably take that as well. To me, that's showing their weakness might be uplink and S&D, and that's 3 out of 5 maps.
Maybe so. There's Empyre, you know, they do scrape through, but to be fair, that last sort of minute or so was incredibly impressive.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, you looked at it pretty hyped up. I'm pretty sure it was Scrism, I think, started that. He got 3-piece, and then he ended up taking the drone, and it was weird because we saw Maka at the back standing there. He didn't even, you know, kind of look that way at all, and then 2 guys came through, they put the drone through untouched.
You can see some highlights here. Perko doing a nice 2-piece, but then a smackdown from Fate.
This was really good.
And then that throw that just went straight over Maka's head. Wasn't able to pick it up, and it went through for the first point. A couple good kills there. Dean getting a team kill. Never handy, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And Maka, he just snuck through. Nothing that the Empyre squad could do there. Beeston, a lot of 2-point plays. You cannot complain with his performance in that game. Fate, once again, that was where he burned that overdrive in the Validate listen-in. Wasn't able to do anything with that. And then Gydra got the active camo play, but it wasn't enough. That's when